Hey dolls, I'm back with a makeup choices of the week video, and I want to go ahead and get started and let you girls know what I'm going to be wearing on my face for this week. So as you can see, these are some gorgeous, gorgeous shadows. This first palette that you see here is by Urban Decay. It's one of their older palettes, but you can never go wrong with Urban Decay formulas. And this palette is called the Fun Palette. Okay, we have some pops of color deep in. This is a very popular color here. It's called Maui Wowie. Okay, we have Sellout, Break Show, Stray Draw, Dog, and Fishnet. And that palette looks like that. This is the Urban Decay Fun Palette. The next palette I'm going to be using is the Urban Decay Feminist palette. I purchased these palettes from a young lady here that was selling makeup on Instagram, and her name is B Venice. I will actually leave the information in the description box in case you're interested in ordering any makeup from her. These palettes had only been swatched, and it was a great price that I got all 3 palettes from her for. It was actually just $30 for 3 Urban Decay palettes and an Urban Decay High Revolution lip gloss. So you couldn't go wrong for the price, and it's in excellent condition. They were only swatched. So there are some overlapping colors in the Urban Decay palettes. I do have the shade Gunmetal inside of one of my Naked palettes. So that's an overlapping palette. This AC/DC shade right here, it reminds me of another shade that's in another Urban Decay palette. But like I said, I love the formulas. So this shade right here, Skimp, is good for a brow bone highlight. And this palette here is called the Feminist palette, and the packaging is just to die for with the lace. It is absolutely gorgeous. Let me go ahead and show you guys the name. So yeah, this is called the Feminine palette, and the colors are just gorgeous. I did go ahead and do some swatches actually. So for this palette here, these are the swatches, and the color payoff is amazing. Absolutely gorgeous. And then the next one is actually the Fun palette, and I also did some swatches. Let me just open that again. Looks like that. And I did some swatches on my other arm, and they look like this. Gorgeous, gorgeous colors, amazing, without any type of primer on my arm or anything, or base. So I'm gonna have some fun with these colors, especially these shimmer colors. They're perfect for the spring and the summer. So yeah, let's move along. I'm going to be using the CoverGirl Queen 3-in-1 Flawless Foundation in the color Q830, and that's what I'm going to use for my foundation. For my primer, I'm going to be using the Rimmel Stay Matte Primer. For my concealers, I'm going to be using these Nicka K concealers. Now, this first shade, that's the darker shade here, is in the color Fawn, actually. And that's not to be confused. Let me see if I can focus. Yeah, there we go. Not to be confused with the LA Girl Fawn. Nicka K Fawn is a much darker shade. I actually use this shade to contour with. The shade that I use to highlight with is the color Coyote. Let's see if we can focus so you guys can see that. Yeah, so that's the name of that color, and that's Coyote. I really, really love these concealers. They're super smooth. They blend very easily, perfect with a beauty blender. So those are going to be the contouring and highlighting shades that I'm going to be using. Next, I'm going to be picking up this Ruby Kisses highlighter in the color Bronze Glow. See if I can get a swatch for you guys. Probably swatched it in the past before, but it is absolutely gorgeous. Perfect for women of color. I'm going to be using that. I'm also going to be using the Kiko bronzer. Again, this is a more subtle bronzer. It's good to either put underneath your highlight or even just as a complete bronzer, whatever you want to use it for. And I took that shade and blended it in with the highlight, and it just looks flawless. So I'm going to be using that. I'm also going to be using this Sephora Micro Smooth. This is the Trio. You guys know that I always use this. It has all the shades in there for your blush, your highlighter, and your bronzing shade. And it looks like that. I'm putting a dent inside of the bronzing shade, actually. I really only use this shade here for my inner tear duct, and the blush I rarely use. But I'm going to get some use out of it this week in conjunction with these. So between the three, I should have some pop and cheek action. Of course, I'm going to finish everything off with my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish, and you guys all know what that looks like. This is in the shade Dark Deep. For my lip combos, I went ahead and chose two Urban Decay lippies. This one here that you see, I did a swatch for it, and this is in the shade Brick House. I also purchased this from the young lady on Instagram, so I ended up getting 3 palettes and this brand new, unused, unswatched Urban Decay Brick House High Revolution lip gloss, and this has like $22 value, and I got it all for $30, so you couldn't go wrong there. For my nudes, I went ahead and picked out this little sample that I got from Sephora over the holidays. It came in a lip sampler with a couple of other lippies. This is in the shade Naked, which is the first shade that you see right here. It's like a mauvey pinkish shade. So I'm going to definitely get some use of that. And I'm going to top it with this Buxom lip gloss. And this is one of the minis. It came in the nudes and the brights by Buxom from Sephora. And this is in the shade called Mwah, like a kiss. Okay, and that's that second color that you see here. I'm going to just use these two together with probably like a brown lip pencil. The next shade that I picked up was from NYX. It's a butter gloss, and this is in the shade Peaches and Cream. Okay, so I want to get some use of this. And I was really, excuse me guys, I may be getting sick, or it's the allergies that I don't have. But lately the pollen has been crazy, so I've been getting a little bit like nasally or like choky. Forgive me for that. But I've been loving actually these Juice Me Up lip glosses by Makeover Essentials. And last week I used like a brown and cream shade. There are like the dual colors. This has like a peach and a gold mixed together. Perfect for this time of the year. That's that shade that's really translucent that you see here to the far right. And those are all of my lippies, and this is my entire makeup basket for the week. It's pretty small, but I'm going to go ahead and use these colors to life, okay? I love Urban Decay. If you guys don't already know, that is my favorite makeup line, hands down, above anything. I love Urban Decay, so I was so happy to take advantage of these palettes that I purchased. So stay tuned for the looks, and I will catch up with you divas and dolls later. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.